Good morning, y'all. Hey, as we get started, as people get in, if there's anything you want to work on in particular today, you can put it in the chat. Motion of devotion. Oh, I love that. Yeah, there you go. I'm with that. And with that, I think we are ready to get started. Okay, cool. So today's class, um, per a great suggestion by Yale, is about motion of devotion. And it's just a chance now to really honor the body that you showed up with on today's mat. There's so many different changes we go through seasonally. We just talked a little bit about that, just even in this time of the year when things are changing. And also in just our own personal seasons of life. You could be very open and loose one day, tight. The next day, open and loose again, tight and loose again. And then also, our belief systems can change to some various degrees. Things that we held on to tightly, we might hold on to less, and vice versa. So, as we get started in today's practice, I'd like you to find a seat that really works for you. It could be cross-legged if that's a seat that works for you. And if lying on your back is a way that allows you to settle into your practice, then allow yourself to lie on your back. But whatever position you find, just give yourself a moment of an intention of quiet space. Not necessarily silent space, because there are so many things to process and that are in process, but the intention of a quieter space, an awareness of the space that you're in this moment, and hopefully a sense of rootedness from there. In this moment, think of the very first verse in the Yoga Sutras. It just simply says, now we begin the practice of yoga. The actual act of just choosing yes to this moment is already such a powerful decision. So as you find yourself here in this moment, noticing the intelligence of the body, we may also accept or embrace this idea that it's connected to everything. From the Zoom call, from the physical space you're in, into the other spaces you traverse for the rest of the day, there can be this awareness of connection that we just draw into. One of the main ways we connect into this class is using the flow of our energy through a breath cycle. The breath in the body known as prana, this life force energy connecting us from one moment to the next. It chains itself like a link from one moment to the next. As you find yourself in this practice, I'd encourage you as often as you can to keep the chain going, the chain of breath going, so that if there's ever a moment where if things feel stuck or heavy, know that there's another breath on the other way that's linking you out of the past, keeping you rooted into the present, and then progress this story, this narrative that is your life. Maybe we can decide that regardless of where we might have thought we needed to do differently in the past, that this life that we're living now is a valuable one to live. And staying connected to that practice, we'll start to find some physicality in our movement. So if it's available to you in this time, just give yourself an intentional breath. This breath can be something you press out, you get really, really empty with. Maybe you shush out in some way that just clears out room for you. Take a big, full breath in and a big, full breath out. If you want to roll the forehead a little bit, or rather roll the neck a little bit from side to side, create a little bit of movement there. We'll find some side stretching movement. The arms can come up to the sky. And you can drop your elbow and just reach across. Feel free to roll through the wrist, roll through the neck. Squeeze the fist, open the fingers, create some space there. Taking it to the opposite side, dropping the elbow, arms reaching across. Again, rolling through the wrist, rolling through the neck, creating some space there. Arms can come up to the sky, and this time with a little bit more length, you can tent up on your fingertips and find that reach. Move at a pace that works for you, going from one side to the next. Got this for about 3, 2, 1. Arms can come to the sky like a V, like a victorious posture. Chest can lift, head can lift. Give yourself a big full breath in. Big full breath out. And then hands can come to heart center. Rub up the hands. Build up a little heat in your hands. And do a little tapping method. You can hit the sides of the hands. And you can vocalize this out loud. If the words resonate with you, then allow yourself to verbally say it out loud. And if the words need to change, you can change the words. I'm worthy of this time that I'm taking. I'm worthy of this time that I'm taking. Allow yourself to tap the wrist. My time is valuable, and it's worth my complete attention. My time is valuable, and it's worth my complete attention. You can tap the insides of the elbows. I enjoy taking time with myself. Both elbows, I enjoy taking time with myself. And you can pat the undersides of your arms. I enjoy spending time with me. I enjoy spending time with me. And you can tap the back of the shoulders. My time is valued and cherished by those that I care for. You can hit the back of the neck. My time is cherished and valued by those I care for. You can work your way up to the top of the head. I'm connected and engaged with the people around me. I am connected and engaged with the people around me. You can hit the space between the eyebrow. I trust myself. I trust myself. Hit the sides of the temple. I love myself. I love me some me. The jawline. I find courage, and I can express my truth. Good. From here, you can let that go. Roll the shoulders down your back a few times. Breathing. We'll take our hands to the top of the shoulders and start to circle them out here. Going front to back. And then just letting that go. Tabletop position. Hands and knees to the mat. Space out through the hands. One leg at a time. Extend and then bring it back. Extend and then bring it back. We got this going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees and tabletop, cat-cow tilt, arch the spine, round the spine. Allow yourself to work out the spaces that need working out. Sometimes it could be just some gunk that gets stuck, whether it's energetic gunk or just the physical hold of our work week, that you just want to work out, shift out. If you want to crack out through the knuckles, you can lift the wrist and then drop the wrist. You can lift the wrist and drop the wrist. You can also turn the fingertips backwards, open the fronts of the forearms, and allow the hips to move a little bit side to side. Head can move side to side. Just getting into all these crevices in the body, you can roll it around. Find some undulation through the spine. This can be time for restoration, restoring what needs mobility. And there's also a bit of preparation for what the rest of the day can hold, getting the body ready. Take your time when you're ready. There's no rush. Fingertips can face back forward. Rock the hips a little bit side to side. Head can go with it. Hips can go right. Head can go right. Hips can go left. Head can go left. And you can roll the head and neck in a circle like an infinity sign. Taking time for me, tucking the toes, working the hips, backing up, downward facing dog. Spread out through the hands, relax your neck. Maybe even blow out through the lips, flutter it out. Lift your heels up really high, take a big inhale. And on the exhale, relax your heels down, let your neck relax. Look forward in front of you now and start to take that walk to the front of your mat. Let your head drop, neck drop, everything relaxes in that forward fold. Some people might let the arms dangle and sway. Others might grab the elbows to create a little bit of a hold for the low spine. Whatever you find, know that it's valuable, it's worth your time, and that it can progress over time. We'll take another inhale here. And when you exhale, if the arms were moving, let them go still. If you held the elbows, let them drop. And then start to rock yourself front to back, from your toes to heels, rolling yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae. Chin will be the last thing to lift. And when the chin lifts, you can turn your palms to face forward. Find a little bit of movement in the neck. Maybe you go in a half circle. That takes itself into a full circle. And then again, that side stretch. One hand sliding down, the other one reaching across. We'll add a little variation here after this cycle. Using the hand kind of as a guiding push. Hand can come to your hip. And just guide that bump, bumping one hip into the other. There's a good amount of weight, not only in the heels that rock backwards, but on the edges of the toes, around the pinky toes. Our big toe is a place to plug down a root. You can bring the thumbs up, crossing the thumbs, and then just circling out like a sunshine. Fingertips spreading wide. One direction into the next. And then once you get back to the top, unhooking the thumbs, you can drop your elbows, lift your heart. Take an inhale here. Let's stay for an exhale. Spine come back on straight, but then hands come to your low back. Hug your elbows in. Take a moment to look a little right, look a little left. And then once you're back to center, take a supported back bend. Head gets to drop. Elbows can squeeze in. The hips stay forward, right above the heels. You can lift up on your kneecaps so your quads are active. And then take your time, come up slow. Good. Once you come up, hands can come to your hips. Bring it around town. One more time. Back to center, we'll get into our sun salute. Sun A, we'll do 3 rounds today. Take an inhale, arms up to the sky. And on the exhale, bring your hands down to the floor.
I'm not sure I understand.
Inhale, half lift, long spine, big breath in. And on the exhale, release it down to the floor. Step your left leg long back behind you, giving it some length. You might rock your weight a little back and forth. And then step your right leg back upper push-up plank, shoulders stack. From here, bending your elbows, you can roll your heart forward for upward facing dog. Push through your palms, squeeze through your glute muscles. You might look a little right, look a little left. And then tucking your toes, hips up high to the sky, downward facing dog. Feel free to walk your dog in place, spread out through your hands, even nod your head, loosening the neck muscles. And if you're a big believer in the body language, maybe when you nod that head, there's even an internal yes. Take an inhale, lift your right leg up high to the sky. And then from there, give yourself some free form movement. You can bend your knee and circle around through your hip. You can shake out your leg. Chance to open up some sides. Nice variations across the board. Inhale your right leg up high to the sky. Push both hands down evenly. And then you can step your right foot through between your hands. If it doesn't get there on the first jump, just crawl it forward. Nice. Looking to the front of the room. Step your left foot forward, forward fold. We're going to take a half lift. Bring your hands to your shins. Lean your chest forward. Roll your shoulders down the back. Forward fold. Let that drop down to the floor. And on your next inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Reach high. Bring the hands down to the center of the heart. Back to that devotional space. And then hands can relax down by the sides, standing tall in mountain pose. 2 more rounds. Take an inhale, raise your arms up to the sky, stretching up. And on the exhale, hands down to the floor, forward fold. Awesome. Half lift, big breath in, long spine, roll your shoulders back. And on the exhale, let it drop down to the floor. Step the right leg back. Maybe rock the weight a little bit back and forth, getting into the hip. And then left leg, step it back, upper push-up plank. Shoulders stacked over the wrist. You can even rock your heels a little bit forward and backward so that you know there's some length from heel to the crown of your head. Take your flow, upward facing dog. Really nice, everyone. Moving at your pace into that downward facing dog. Giving it a few cycles of breath. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. And breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Bend your left knee, open your hip, move it around, free form movement. Something that feels good, that serves you on this side. It might be the same or different than the other side. Good. Inhale the left leg up and back, pushing the hands down evenly. Step your left foot through between your hands. And then right foot steps forward to meet it. Forward fold. Bring your hands to your hips for a half lift. Catch your hips. Pull your hips back. Pull your heart forward. And then let it drop down. Forward fold. Release. Inhale. Sweep your arms up high to the sky. And then hands down, heart center. Hands relaxed by the sides. Last one, we're at a back bend. So if you want to bring your hands to the low back, you can. Otherwise, inhale, reach your arms up and back. Take it all the way down to the floor. Forward fold. Take a half lift, hands on your shins, thighs, or hips. And then let it release, forward fold. You can either step back, or if you want to add a jump back, jump into a low push-up. Elbows bent. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. Shaking out the head. Giving it some room. Lift both heels up high. Take a big breath in. Exhale, drop your heels. Inhale, lift your right leg up high to the sky. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Let it touch. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Bring your right knee to your left elbow. Let it touch. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Bring your knee to your forehead. If it can get there, get there. Nice. Inhale, right leg up. Drop your right foot to the floor, lift your left leg up. Long left leg, down dog split. Left knee, left elbow, give it a tap. You're strong, you're powerful. Inhale the left leg up high to the sky. Bring the left knee to the right elbow, going across the body, finding that connection. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Bring your knee to your forehead, round your spine. Inhale, left leg high to the sky, and then let it drop. Looking forward in front of you, bend your knees, take a walk, or take a hop. Give it a shot. Land in your forward fold. Nice, half lift, big breath in. Exhale, forward fold, let that go. We'll take one extra moment in this forward fold. If you want to shake out the head, flutter the lips, or grab your elbows, anything of that nature, you've got it. Nice, drop the elbows if you have it. Let's take an inhale, sweep the arms up high to the sky. Hands come to heart center. We'll keep the hands to heart center for a moment. Rub the hands, build a little heat. Hopefully the body's warming up. Bend your knees. Working our way from the feet up. Slapping the top of the feet, slapping the shins, slapping the sides, back of the thighs. Working this energy upwards, also known as yang energy, like the yin and yang. This is the yang part. Finding a little bit of activation. Hit the hips, give it a good bump. Slap the glute muscles. Wake up the parts of the body we don't see with our eyes. Hit the back of the kidneys. Belly. And then chest. Make some noise. Find that vibration, that literal vibration. It's literally a vibe. Finding it, feeling it, letting it reverberate through the body. Use your nails, tap the top of the shoulders, back of the neck, crown of the head once again. Third eye center. And then hands can come back to heart center. Got 3 chairs coming up. Take an inhale, hips low. Bring your arms up to the sky. Nice, stand up tall, hips forward, proud chest. 2 more times, hips low, arms up. Standing up tall, hips forward. Last one, hips low, we'll stay low. 2 breaths right here. Bringing the hips down towards the knees. Fingertips active. Take 1 more inhale, just the chest lifts up. There we go. On the exhale, release it down to the floor, forward fold release. Half lift, long spine, big breath in. And on the exhale, let it drop. Either step your left leg back and then your right leg, or take a jump back. Move into your flow. Up dog, down dog. Feel free to peel out the feet as needed. Let's go. 1 more cycle of breath. This time using your core, step your right foot through. Your back heel spirals down for warrior 1. Arms come up high to the sky. Good, just for a moment here, sitting the hips low, raising the arms up. You can lift your head up, maybe drop it back. And then hands come down to the floor. Right leg steps back. You can go from up dog to down dog. If you need a variation, if that's tight on your back, you can always come down and do cobra instead with the hips compact on the floor. Yogi's choice. Keep being a good listener to your body. And then we'll take the left foot, step it through. Back heel spirals down, arms come up, warrior 1. Back heel sealed, left knee sitting low. Take an inhale, raise it up. Hands come down to the floor. Step your left leg back. If you haven't already, and you want to add a push-up or 2 to your practice, that's a good way to also kind of let some of that down energy push itself up. Exhaling, rooting through your palms. Look forward in front of you, bend your knees, take a walk or hop, forward fold. Nice, just 1 chair here. Hips low, arms up, take an inhale. And then exhale, stand up tall, mountain pose. Nice, 1 more round of the same exact thing, sun B. Hips low, arms up, take an inhale. This time, standing up tall. And then finding that low seat. Standing up tall. Finding that low seat. Last one here, standing tall. Inhaling the hips low, staying for the exhale. Allow your ribs to knit in, your elbows to extend, digging down deep. This is also known as fierce pose. Just inhale, lift your head up, and on the exhale, let it drop down to the floor. Nice, everyone. From here, either step your right leg back, then left leg back, or take a jump back. Move into your flow. Hips might move a little side to side. Just getting into it. We got warrior one. Step the right foot through. Back heel down. Arms up high to the sky. We'll bring the hands to heart center just to soften the shoulders. Feel your thumb against your sternum. Allow it to keep your chest lifted. Right? You are that. You're that warrior. Hands sweep back for just a moment for some momentum. Reach forward, up and back. And then hands come down to the floor. Right leg steps back. Take a flow of your choice. Nice work, everyone. Taking your time when you're ready. Left foot. Step it through. Warrior one. Hands heart center. And the eyes can relax. They don't necessarily have to close, but the forehead settled. The face really not showing the work per se. The legs digging down deep. And we'll find the motion with the arms. They can sweep back, forward and up. And then hands come down. Step back, travel for your flow. We'll make one slight down dog adjustment. Just bend your knees about 2 inches. Tip your tailbone 2 inches higher. Nice. And then looking forward, you can take a walk or hop to the front. Forward fold. Nice. Yes, yes. Last chair of this style. Hips low, arms up to the sky. Mountain pose. Good. Taking a moment here. Squeeze the face. Squeeze your fist. Take a big breath in. And the exhale, relax your fist, relax your face, and any shoulder tension. Good. We'll just take a slight bend. You can reach your arms up, lift your chest up, and then travel it down to the floor, forward, fold, release. Neck relax, jaw relax. Half lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left leg all the way back, and then drop your left knee down to the ground. Let your head settle for a moment, hips settle. Neck release. Let your hips continue to settle towards your right heel. Taking that breath in and breath out. One more cycle. Maybe the shoulders are able to settle. If you want a little bit more depth, you can let both arms rest on the inside of your right thigh. Your elbows might even drop to the floor. Just giving yourself a chance to move out anything in your way so that you can settle your hips, settle your head, maybe even settle the mind in the process. Checking on your jaw, checking on the places that have a tendency to want to hold on. In this moment, the absence of something could be beneficial. The absence of tension or, just the absence of thought. So if there's a feeling of nothing somewhere, maybe it's okay to allow that void. Bring yourself up. Take your time, one hand at a time. Walking your right foot a little to the right corner, you can press your right hip a little bit more open. And knowing the body is strong and powerful, it can also hold a certain stillness. It can hold a certain focus, and then from that, maybe something arises eventually and maybe even suddenly. Looking over the right shoulder, you can reach the right arm up to the sky and then wave it front to back. Let it touch towards your left thigh and let it reach forward in front of you a couple times here. Next time the right hand is in front of you, tuck your left toes, let your left knee lift, and then turn your body into a wide fold. Take a moment to re-edge the feet so that they're nice and long. And then your hands can walk over and hold your left foot, pausing here. Taking a big breath in, big breath out. Good. Facing the front of your mat, once again, walk your hands to frame your right foot. Your left heel can lift off the ground. Take an inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky, and we'll thread it to the left 3 times. Right arm going all the way to the left, and then back up, to the left, and back up, to the left. And on the inhale, reaching up, 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 up. Even the left thigh can bump up. Nice. Right hand down to the floor. Step your right leg back behind you. And then from here, you can drop your right knee down, spiral your left heel to the floor. Left arm comes up for supported side plank. With this left arm, you can reach front to back a few times. And then with the left arm reaching forward in front of you, your left leg can lift. Circle out through your ankle, allow your inner left thigh to have some elevation. We'll take an inhale here. And on the exhale, the left foot can come back down to the ground. Tip yourself up for Gates pose. Arms reaching away from you. Good. From here, flip the right palm up. Take a little side stretch towards the back wall. And then you can release your hands down to the floor. Left knee drops to the mat and tabletop. And then we're walking the legs out one at a time. Right leg back, left leg back. Got this for about 5. Good. Coming back into tabletop, you can take an inhale, sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Hands come heart center. And then take a step forward with your left foot. Allow your hands to frame your foot. If you got to wiggle your right heel back a little bit, wiggle the right heel back. And then settle your neck spine. Let your head rest. Belly rest. Shoulders can rest forward. It's the dynamic facets of yourself. At one point pushing away from gravity, now allowing yourself to settle into it. Letting the shoulders relax. If you want to take it a step further, both hands can go to the inside of the left leg. You might even lower down to your elbows. Big breath in. Big breath out. If you drop down to your elbows, you can take your time to bring yourself up. Left foot scoots over to the left. Push into your left thigh. Look over your left shoulder. Even though the body's relatively static, if you need a little pulse, a little bounce, ease some space open, you got that. Maybe feel your right toenails engaging on the floor, the flat part of your right foot, opening some ankle space. Even your right glute muscle, you can contract it and relax it. Contract it and relax it. We'll take the left arm up to the air, reach it back and forth from right thigh to the front. Your eyes might follow your hand to create even more of a rotation in the spine. When you're ready, left hand finds the mat. Tuck your toes, spin the body. Realign the feet so they're long. Your hand can hold onto your right foot. The tendency here will be for that left hip to try to dip down. If you want to kind of course correct that, you can tip the left hip up, keeping that right hamstring pretty long and active. Take one more inhale, one more exhale. Good, turning your body to face the front, walking your hands to frame your left foot. Left arm up in the air, thread it to the right. 2 more times. Inhaling that left arm up, keeping your inner right thigh bumped up. Release, hand down to the floor. Step your left leg back. Drop the left knee down. Spiral your right heel for supported side plank. Roll through your right wrist or neck as needed. You can also reach the right arm forward and backward. Right arm reaching forward, right leg lift. You can circle through your ankle. If possible, get the right heel as high as the hip. Yeah. And then release right foot to the floor. Tip yourself up for Gates pose. Left palm going to reach back, side stretch. And then hands can cartwheel down to the floor. Tabletop position. If you want to add a little bit here, you can come into a bear crawl. The knees can lift, and then you extend right leg, left leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Pulse through your chest. Look forward in front of you. Take a walk or hop to the front of your mat. Forward fold. This chair pose is a little different. When you bend your knees, reach your arms forward with the palms face down. Bringing the hips back, sitting low. Squeeze your fist. Imagine you're going to punch a wall in front of you. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, relax the fist. Let the head drop. Slight bend in your left knee. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. And then lace it through to the left 3 times. Right arm going up, lacing through. Up and through. Last time when the right arm goes up, you can drop it behind your back. Take a bind. Options here, either stay in half bind and hold onto your left side, your left hip, your left pocket. If you want to go full bind, bring your left arm underneath your left leg. You can grab your wrist there. If anybody's got birds of paradise and want to take it there, you can lift the left heel up, pushing your right heel down, and left leg might lift. Any of the options. Nice. If you're in the bird, take your time. If you're in that bind, finish your exhale, and then you can release into your forward fold. Great job. Shaking it out, letting it go. Let's go ahead and take the left side. Bending through the right knee, left arm up to the sky. Threading it through 3 times. The left arm going up, 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 up. You can drop it behind your back. Getting into that right hip crease, even if you got to kind of wedge in there. Letting your right shoulder roll underneath your left. If you want a full bind, both arms can meet underneath the right leg. If in Birds of Paradise or practicing it, lifting the right heel up, pushing your left foot down, finding some elevation. Good. Take your time when you're ready. We'll eventually meet in that fold. Great work. Few options here in that fold. If you want to interlace your fingers behind your back, pushing your shoulder blades in, pulling your collarbones apart, find that little back crack. You might turn the head a little left and right. Not holding on. Moving it forward. Forever forward. One more inhale here. Keep your hips tipped up. And on the exhale, release your hands down to the floor. Step your left leg back behind you. The back heel will stay lifted. Arms come up high to the sky. High lunge. And inhale to bend into your right knee. Warrior 2, back heel down. Arms reach apart. One good time here. Straighten your leg. Bring your arms up. And then exhale, sit low. Right hand can come to the floor, your thigh. Left arm can reach forward to frame the face. These look good. Continuing to roll the chest open. Hips stay low. Tip yourself up. Reverse warrior. Right arm goes back. One more time, side angle. Right hand on your thigh or the floor. Left arm forward. Hips low, tip yourself up, reverse warrior. This time squeeze your right leg straight, reach back. And tip yourself up. Arms reach away, pull your hips back. Right hand forward and down, triangle. Rolling the chest open here. Both legs nice and straight. If you were to look at your kneecaps, maybe you feel them lifting to keep your quad muscles active. I don't know how you feel, but I wouldn't change a thing. Great job. We're just going to give it one more inhale to extend that left arm forward, and then both hands can come down to the ground. Slight bend in your right knee. Rock the weight back and forth. Travel for your flow. Up dog into down dog. Good. Almost like you're on a tightrope. You can crisscross your legs and walk to the front. Right foot in front, left foot in front, right foot in front, left foot in front. Once you get to the top, both feet can be hips width distance. Half lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg, step it back. Back heel will stay lifted. Arms come up, high lunge. Inhaling, sitting low, reaching high. Open up, warrior 2. Squeeze the left leg straight, arms come up. Sit low, warrior two. Left hand to the floor or your thigh, right arm reaching forward towards the front, framing your face. Spinning the chest open. Good. Allow the right hip to bump the left hip down. Then tip yourself up. Reverse warrior. Left arm going up and back. Back into side angle. Left hand to the floor or thigh, right arm reaching forward. Tipping yourself up, reverse warrior. You can squeeze your left leg straight as you do it. This is now reverse triangle. Taking this into triangle, Trikonasana. Tipping yourself up, pull the hips back. Left hand down, right arm up. You can do a little parade wave with your right hand, turning the hand in and out so that right shoulder can roll down your back. Let your chin pull in almost like you're making a double chin so your neck is long. Looking over your right shoulder. Yeah. One more exhale. Inhale your right arm forward to frame your face. Get long. Release the hand. Slight bend in the left knee. Step your left leg back. Travel for your flow. Give yourself a flutter of the lips. Good. From here, you can come into a seated forward fold. You can either bend your knees and swing your legs forward. If you want to shoot your legs forward, you can jump them through. Slight bend in the knees as needed. Take the arms up, grab for your feet. Let your neck relax. Trust that you're moving forward. Literally, the breath guiding the forwardness of this fold. Maybe eventually, maybe it's today, maybe it's next week, maybe it's the next week. The head is able to relax towards the knees. Big Buddha belly breath. Take a lion's breath. Stick out the tongue. One more time. Inhale, lift your chest up. Lion's breath it down. Take your time, roll yourself up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Last bit of core work, just to say we did it, you know. Lift your shins up, boat's pose. Arms can come up, chest lift. Inhale. Turn to your right. Bring it back up to the left. Arm up, separate the arms now. Turn. Bring it up. Turning again. Come back to center, hands underneath the knees. Re-lift the chest, create some length in the spine. Squeeze your thighs, arms come back out. Lower lengthen and hover, and bring it up. Lower lengthen and hover, bring it up. We got this for 3, 2, 1. Hover, scissor kick one leg of the other for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Allow your body to relax. Hands might rest somewhere on the body, or they might be outstretched. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. You can either stay here for a moment as you are. If you'd like to take a butterfly pose, the soles of the feet can touch. Knees can fall apart. A few other finishing postures could include hugging the knees in or a happy baby. Whatever these final postures may look like, you can give yourself that space of gratitude, just a thank you to you for how you show up. How you adapt, and how you walk into your reality. As you take time to move into your Shavasana, allow the impact of your work to settle into the body, from the head down to the shoulders, from the shoulders to chest, and chest to hips, hips down to the toes. Knowing your impact has made some difference. If there's someone in your life, whether in the physical or that exists in some other plane, that comes to mind here, you might imagine that the energy flowing through your body is expansive, so expansive you know the connection is real. Taking one more breath in, one more breath out. Stay as long as you like. My final quote for you today: you do not need to tread water. You are the river that flows. Hope to see you again soon. Namaste.